Okay, it's the end of the semester. So, as you can see, we have well, this is what we have on Schoology right here. Um, and you should have completed all the work. Um, and so there really isn't much to do. I know I still have to grade um, the culminating project that you turned in last week, but I just have to finish that and check on Schoology probably in the next day or so for your grades. Once the project is turned in, and if there is a chapter, what do you call it? Chapter 5 makeup, which is under the December 10th and 13th folder. This thing is due by Tuesday, or was due by Tuesday before midnight. I may or may not have graded that yet. I don't know yet, depending on when you're watching this. Uh, but that will go into Gradebook and a culminating project, and that's pretty much it. The grade is going to be whatever it is on Schoology. So if you see that I have not updated it on Infinite Campus yet, I probably have not updated anything on Infinite Campus in weeks. It's a Schoology grade is the grade. Okay, so whatever it says on Schoology, I'll push it out over into Infinite Campus, but whatever is on Schoology, look on that. That's the more accurate one. Okay, so that's a little bit about that. Um, this is actually a day before the final for the assignment for final day, but you will see it on here, what it is. And it's going to be a video, or it's going to be some interesting facts that you have to know. So I'm gonna pause for a second. Okay, and here it is. Important facts you have to know for a final exam, which you are doing right now. So yes, this thing will be graded. You'll see um, uh, throughout this. It hopefully will maybe increase your grade a bit. Just read through questions, listen to these facts, these important facts, and answer the questions throughout this Edpuzzle, and it should hopefully increase your score. Not by much. Okay, this might help point something percent, not even a percent. But hopefully it can increase your thing a little touch more if you complete this. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. It's not going to affect your grade if you decide you want to just, I don't want to look at this Edpuzzle anymore. I'm just going to turn it off. But if you do it, it might hopefully increase your score just a smidgen. Again, don't see this as much of anything. So let's go through these important facts that you need to know for the final exam. Starting with the first thing. One button. If you earn $20,000 a year, 1 minute of your time is worth a little more than 17 cents. How can we figure that out? Dimensional analysis. You know how to figure out how many minutes there are in a year. There's 365 days in a year, 24 hours in a day, and each hour is 60 minutes each. And then you can divide that by the 20,000, and it'll come out to be 17 cents. See, useful information. Other information. It's against the law to whale hunt in Oklahoma. So it's important that you know about that. Okay. Other important information. Lawn darts are illegal in Canada. Other important information. On average, half of all false teeth have some form of radioactivity. So there are some radioactive elements found in false teeth. Not necessarily harmful. There's a radioactivity everywhere all the time. There's radioactivity coming from the sky, from the stars right now. So in case you're concerned about, oh no, there's radioactivity from false teeth, it's an extremely low quantity. Okay, a ball of glass will bounce higher than a ball of rubber. A ball of solid steel will bounce higher than one made of entirely of glass. Important information. Other thing, an ear of corn averages 600 kernels in 800 kernels in 16 rows. A pound of corn consists of approximately 1,300 kernels. 100 bushels of corn produces approximately 7,280,000 kernels. Corn is produced in every continent in the world with the exception of Antarctica. There are an estimated 285,000 species of flowering plants on Earth compared to 148,000 of all other plants. Flowering plants are very important because they provide food for herbivores, plant-eating animals, and for humans. So flowering plants are important for, well, the survival of all the other animals. Talking about plants, bamboo can grow 3 feet in a 24-hour period. It's some of the fastest growing plants out there. An artificial spider and web are often included in the decoration of Ukrainian Christmas trees. A spider web found on Christmas morning is believed to bring good luck. Another bit of important information. No one knows where Mozart is buried. Other important information. The substance that human blood resembles most closely in terms of chemical composition is seawater. Remember, your blood is primarily water, and there's ions in it, primarily sodium, and sodium and chlorine are important compounds are found in our blood. People have a tough time handling the stress of money woes, are twice as likely to develop severe gum disease, a new study finds. So maybe you should be able to handle the stress of money, and you'll have less likely to have severe gum disease. There are 206 bones in the average human body. 106 are in the hands and feet, 54 of them are in the hands, and 52 of them are in the feet. And this is another bit of information that you should know. A corkscrew was invented by M.L. Brin, also of New York, in 1860. The device invented as a primitive steam engine by the Greek engineer Hero about the time of the birth of Christ is also used today as a rotating lawn sprinkler. Leonardo da Vinci could write with one hand and draw the other at the same time. See, important information that you need to know. Other important information, Incan soldiers invented the process of freeze-drying foods. The process was primitive but effective. Potatoes would be left outside to freeze overnight, then thawed and stomped on to remove excess water. So it's a way of preserving food. The ancient Egyptians recommended mixing half an onion with beer foam as a way of warding off death. Not sure if that works. 46% of the world's water is in the Pacific Ocean, our largest ocean. The Atlantic has about 23.9%, the Indian 20.3%, and the Arctic 3.7% of the world's water. See, I bet you didn't know that before. There are 840,000 square miles in Greenland, the world's largest island. It is 3 times the size of Texas. By comparison, Iceland is 39,800 square miles. So Greenland is huge. Iceland is pretty big too, but significantly smaller than Greenland. Do you know grapes explode when you put them in a microwave? Now you know. The only food that will not spoil is honey. We have found honey buried with some ancient Egyptians, and it's still good enough to eat because it will not spoil. The inventor of Egg McMuffin, Ed Peterson. I think I remember that he died recently, or maybe not, I'm not really sure, but I think I remember reading that. Did you know the fortune cookie was invented in 1916 by George Shung, a LA noodle maker? Now you know. Oh, and there's no fortune cookies in China. It's an American invention. In South Africa, termites are often roasted and eaten by the handful, like pretzels or popcorn. Carbonated water with nothing else in it can dissolve limestone, talc, and many other low Mohs hardness scale minerals. Coincidentally, carbonated water is the main ingredient in soda. SPAM stands for shoulder, pork, and ham. In Bavaria, beer isn't considered an alcoholic drink, but rather a staple food. Table salt is the only commodity that hasn't risen automatically in price in the last 150 years. That's good, considering we have high inflation right now. Americans eat an average of 18 pounds of fresh apples each year. The most popular variety in the United States is the Red Delicious. Okay, see, important information. And I think we'll end with this last bit of information. A lawyer defending a man accused of burglary tried this creative defense. Quote, my client merely inserted his arm into the window and removed a few trifling articles. His arm is not himself, and I fail to see how you can punish the whole individual for an offense committed by his limb. Well put, the judge replied. Using your logic, I sentence the defendant's arm to 1 year's imprisonment. He can accompany it or not as he chooses. The defendant smiled, and with his lawyer's assistance, he detached his artificial limb, laid it on the bench, and walked out. Okay, so these are a bit of information of important facts for final exam. And that's it.